Welcome back to HPL. We've had two amazing matches so far tonight, and this one is not going to be no exception. It's going to be a great match with teammates here of Kranich and Greensheep.
Yeah, you said it, Tannen. I mean, both of these guys know their strategies, each other's strategies, inside and out. And Greensheep going to be looking to punish that creative style of Kranich, but maybe Kranich can kind of pull in the reins a little bit and stick with something a little bit more traditional. Yet to find his groove here in HPL, but you know, still a lot of promise behind him. Again, making it to the World Championships is not an easy task, and he's something he's already accomplished.
Yeah, there's 300 million Hearthstone players worldwide.
30 million, yeah.
30, I'm sorry, 30. I added a little extra there, trying to make it a little more.
300 million. Yeah. Game one's getting underway. Greensheep versus Kranich.
I really thought there was 300 million.
300 million?
Yeah.
This is all of America plays.
Oh yeah. Why not? This game's great.
And then a lot of, you know, just all over the place. There should be 300 million people that play. This is the best game on earth. So we're getting into Greensheep's point of view here right quick. And so Kranich, I love that he's come prepared for this match already. Look at this. We talked about how Caldi, this is the kind of game plan that he wanted to have versus Dog in game one with his warrior strategy. Just didn't have the right cards, but you know, Kranich right straight away, Armorsmith and Fiery War Axe. I have to say that I think that Execute and that Emperor Thorison's getting pitched, and he's going to look for even more early game.
Yeah, and you're exactly right. For all things are, ooh, it looks like he's playing Grim Patron Warrior. I thought he was playing Control.
I mean, it could well be Grim Patron Warrior, but at the same time, it could just be, you know, Control Warrior. Again, he likes to put his own flair on stuff. You know, we've seen players like Zalay in the past when he plays Control Warrior. He's just used Frothing Berserker before.
Yeah, and look at Greensheep queuing up Hunter. He's here to beat you up.
Yeah, I mean, no surprise. To exactly no one's surprise, Greensheep is ready to, you know, start swinging out of the gates as quickly as possible. But you know, Kranich's got the great tools to start disrupting this early on. This was promising to be a very strong match. Matt Pagel, Kranich, I love you, man. You just always are a man after my own heart. You can see the smile on his face too. That was the fourth card that was in his opening hand. Greensheep here, face all the way, man. Worgen Infiltrator spells out his game plan.
Yeah, Worgen Infiltrator are going to come down early. Just one of the best minions you can have on turn one for this face hunter. And this Nat Pagel is already throwing me off. We're just going to see it out of Kranich game one every match, I'm just guessing.
Yeah, look, Dread Corsair added this hand too. A lot of early pressure in terms of how defensive that Greensheep's going to have to be in this matchup. You know, he's going to have to find a way to push, but against a hand like this, that is a tall order.
Yeah, and you know what? All Grim Patron Warrior wants to be doing early in the game is making sure it doesn't die and cycling through some cards. And Nat Pagel does that pretty well.
Yeah, it also adds another threat to the board too, so stuff that can be caught in whirlwinds, maybe buff up your Frothing Berserkers in the meantime. Love that he's going for Armorsmith here instead of Nat Pagel. Force Greensheep to deal with this threat and then put the Nat Pagel down and see whether or not he wants to try to fight against your card advantage or if he's just going to keep going to the dome.
And it's interesting to see if Greensheep actually attacks with this Worgen Infiltrator here, giving him a free kill with the Armorsmith and not actually dealing too much damage because one of the damage is going to come back. So yeah, he's going to keep it under shade here.
Love holding it here, and Kranich, what a wonderful turn from him. He has the option to Fiery War Axe this and then start chipping away at these 1 health minions with this Armorsmith.
You never know, he might just want to get this Nat Pagel in play.
I mean, the Nat Pagel is actually kind of a threat right now because if Greensheep can't handle the Armorsmith right away, Nat Pagel is just going to sit on board, and you can see Greensheep's reaction.
Oh, you gotta love it.
Oh, that's a very good draw from Greensheep right now. I have to suspect that Animal Companion is going to be the play here. Something like Huffer could be absolutely devastating for Kranich.
There are almost no bad Animal Companions for him here, but he's gonna go with the Eagle Hornbow and start to take this Armorsmith out of play.
You see him shaking his head. He's like, I can't believe I have to attack Nat Pagel.
Yeah.
This feels like the old 2007 Hearthstone that we used to. Wow, he's actually just gonna leave Nat Pagel alone, and he fishes.
Oh, and yeah, it looks like Kranich caught one.
Caught one.
Yeah.
Wow, Whirlwind is such a great draw.
Look at these guys' faces. I love it. They're having so much fun with this match. This is a serious match. They're playing for a lot of money, but at the same time, they're teammates. They want to see each other do well, and they're having, you know, a really good time at it. You got to love seeing that out of professional players.
Yeah, I mean, Kranich, I mean, speaking of professional players, by the way, you know, this board setup is not what you typically see out of any sort of control range whatsoever. Oh, and Huffer gets rolled straight away there. Nat Pagel's going to get checked, but you know what? He has picked up that fish. We can't even say that Nat Pagel's going to be checked here. Greensheep has already shown that he wants to attack face.
Yeah, and he's just going upstairs.
He's just leaving Pagel alone.
Yeah, we've
caught one.
He caught another one, so he's caught two now. Now, this is a big thing we talked about. Sorry, I'm just loving the faces between these two guys and the gamesmanship that's going back and forth. It's making it really hard not to laugh during this match, but this is just great.
Yeah, Kranich has a wonderful line of play here, too, by the way. He can attack this. He can attack the Haunted Creeper with his Fiery War Axe, play down Acolyte of Pain, use Whirlwind to sweep everything out, and then Inner Rage can finish off the Huffer afterwards. So, you know, not having to leverage his life total too hard in this early game here, and Greensheep so far, he's been punished for that relentless aggression.
Yeah, we talked about it before the match. Greensheep, you know the name of the game is aggression with him. You know that he's going to be aggressive, and Kranich is bringing a strategy to the board that is not only powerful, like we said he needed to do, but punishes early aggression out of Greensheep.
Yeah, so at this point, Nat Pagel, I mean, that's not an easy answer at this point. It's just going to keep going, man.
Yeah,
So,
Knife Juggler, not the minion you always want to have against Acolyte of Pain either.
yeah, not a very good proposition at this point. Just going to start weaving in hero powers and hope to get some consistent damage in. Caught one, third draw in a row from Kranich. This is a disaster for Greensheep, but both of these guys just loving it, man.
Well, the Korean powerhouse is obviously a master fisher here, Nathan. He's just been fishing very, very well over these last couple turns. And now his hand is actually very good. He has a Frothing Berserker in his hand that he can start getting online very soon. He has a Cruel Taskmaster in a Whirlwind that he has, and an extra Acolyte of Pain. He can draw a lot of extra cards here. He's got a Shield Block, a Shield Slam and an Execute as removal spells if he wants to use them. Maybe he can proc a secret out of this. Yeah, it looks like he's going to Cruel Taskmaster here, take care of this Mad Scientist here, and get these secrets out of the way from Greensheep.
Yeah, still hunting for a few more options. Got plenty of removal in his hand, but he does need to find a way to start padding his life total a little bit. So Battle Rage added this hand here. I mean, this is still not out of the spectrum of being a Grim Patron Warrior deck yet. We just haven't seen any of the specific tools that would indicate that.
Yeah, I have to believe that it's a Grim Patron Warrior deck, but he is cycling through this deck better than I've seen a lot of people do ever, and part of it is fishing so well.
Yeah, so Kill Command get added to the hand. Just not a lot of pressure to be going on here. Knife Juggler going to be checked by everything that's going on here, even if it's Snake Trap, whether it's Freezing Trap. Kranich has all the answers.
Yeah, Kranich has all the answers. Greensheep's going to have to figure out a way to get in these last couple points of damage, and you have to know that since he's being aggressive now, Kranich is probably going to value his life total really high here for the rest of the game and armor up a ton.
Caught one, fourth in a row for Kranich. There's the Warsong Commander. I 100% am in belief that this is Grim Patron at this point.
Greensheep gives him the well played. You gotta love it.
I mean, that's such a brutal spot. 4 extra cards from that one.
He doesn't even need these battle rages. I mean, look at his hand. He's got almost everything. He's drawn so many extra cards this game.
I mean, if you know Nat Pagel's going to draw every single time, you don't need battle rage.
I mean, this card's great. Why don't we just play it in every deck?
Yeah, I don't know. It used to be. God bless the old days.
It drew at the end of your turn originally, correct?
Yeah, it was so good. So Kranich, once again, he's just got so many options available to him about how he wants to handle these board positions. It looks to me like he wants to begin his assault. Very likely that Greensheep has something like Explosive Trap down. Again, he's been pushing for damage every single step of the way. It still could be Snakes or Freezing Trap, but even in that position, I don't think he's too upset by it.
Nope, it looks like he's going to go with a Frothing Berserker and do a Whirlwind here and just get a ton of damage here. The Warsong Commander didn't come down, so he's not going to give it charge here, but he's going to get through this shield here. Ooh, a shield block was drawn. That's actually a really good guard for Kranich here, allowing him to get a lot of extra life here in this matchup. So it just gets him into a close range, a safe range away from Greensheep's reach.
We learned that this is, in fact, maybe it's Misdirection. We saw Era play with Misdirection earlier in HPL, but very likely to be Explosive Trap. An Eagle Horn Bow coupled with that this could potentially add a ton of pressure to the board. You're looking at the potential for him to put together some winning sequences here.
Yeah, and as you said, you don't know what the secret is from Greensheep here. It could be anything. He is teammates of Kranich, who, I gotta say, Kranich is the Mad Scientist. If you had a card that was him, he is the Mad Scientist. So Greensheep maybe had taken a little bit from him, and Kranich, not sure which trap it is. But yeah, Grim Patron drawn this turn. That was a pretty good one.
Yeah, he's also got Grommash in his hand, so if he triggers that Explosive Trap, it's gonna add 4 damage to the Frothing Berserker afterwards. That's 13 plus the 10 from Grommash. I mean, that's 22 damage. He's on the verge of being able to kill Greensheep in this position, but he does have to be worried about his own life total. Greensheep still has 2 cards left in his hand. I think at this point he wants to find something like an Armor Smith, wants to find something like maybe another Shield Block.
Yeah, he's going to draw a ton of extra cards here. His hand is going to be full.
Yeah, actually going to burn a card here too. He's just got too many in his hand.
Doesn't need it
to go with.
Doesn't need the Emperor Thorus on here.
Yeah, so if he lives through this turn, I mean, Greensheep, that's basically just going to do it. I have to believe he's going to attack this turn, get in a ton of damage with this Frothing Berserker, and then look to finish him off
going
next
to
turn.
get even more in after this Explosive Trap here.
Yeah, not only that, but this also peels a lot of minions off the board against something like Unleash the Hounds. So, I mean, that card effectively dead for Greensheep at this point, and I don't know what he needs to get out of this board position here, but it has to be 12 points of damage.
Yeah, and he puts Greensheep down to 9. Ooh, Animal Companion. That's a pretty good one here.
Wow, if that rolls Huffer, that's actually going to end this game. Oh, gets a Misha, though. 10 damage is what he has on board right now, just shy of being able to finish this game off. He's going to hope that Misha's enough to weather this storm, but it just isn't. Kranich has got
Execute in Kranich's hand. He's
Kranich has
battle
got
rage.
everything to clear this board position out.
Yeah, so it looks like Kranich is going to win game 1 against Greensheep. Well, Greensheep might use Kill Command here to give himself... hopefully a little extra time. It's going to be interesting to see if he keeps it in his hand because he thinks it's his only way to win this game.
Yeah, there's just actually no way for him to win this game at this point. Misha's going to be checked on multiple angles, and he's got Kranich to add to this, so it's just too much damage.
Do you think he should have played the knife juggler here before using the animal companion and see if he could get the juggle onto the Frothing Berserker?
I don't think it matters too terribly much in this position. You know, Kranich has basically drawn his entire deck thanks to that Paggle and Battle Rage, but you know, in this spot, it was just a matter of whether or not he could push for the right damage, and you know, the shield block really spelling the difference here.
Yeah, that shield block gained him an extra 5, so it put him out of range of dying here this game. It was such a key card here in this matchup, but you have to understand, Kranich drew something like 17 extra cards this game, so it was very easy for him to have all the tools that he needs to win, and you're going to see an execute here seal the deal.
Yeah. All that damage crashing in. Frothing Berserker, such a good card when it goes unchecked. It just deals massive amounts of damage.
I think it was 25 that game.
Yeah, Kranich just has a ton of removal left in his hand, so able to answer anything that Greensheep threw at him. But the fact that he had a 33% chance to win that game on that Animal Companion really speaks to the power that aggressive strategies have, even in the face of a lot of resistance.
Yeah, there's a lot of resistance out of Kranich there. I love his queue up, bringing in Grim Patron Warrior against Greensheep here. Very, you know, it's got a great defensive part of the deck. It's got a lot of the aspects of Control Warrior, but it has an easy way to kill you very early and create a lot of minions on the board and deal a lot of damage very, very fast.
Yeah, Frothing Berserker, always a scary minion to see. If you can't take care of it, look out, because it is going to crash in for tons of damage. And Nat Paggle, this is the second time Kranich has had Nat Paggle, and in this game, it paid off in spades.
We're going to have a running tally on, we need to start betting if he has it in his deck or not, and just see if we can get it right every week.
Yeah, we're going to find out if he's playing Nat Paggle again, or if Greensheep, maybe he's going to change up his strategy now, because already he's been targeted here a little bit early, I would say. So you can head over to pvplive.net and check out that first game that Kranich played Nat Paggle in. It was his very first match in HPL, as well as just how aggressive Greensheep has been in his history in HPL as well. When we come back, we're going to have game 2 between these two teammates and find out who's going to be going up to match point, or maybe they're going to tie the series up. We don't know. Get out there on HPL, on Twitter, and use that hashtag HPL, and let us know who you're supporting, what you think is going to happen. You're watching Hearthstone on PvP.